Welcome back everyone for the next part of Devil Survivor 2! In the last part we got some answers from Miyako, even though those answers weren't really the best for us. It was related about sacrifices. We are pretty much becoming some kind of machine in order to turn Sai into a real administrator, even though I thought after he received the throne it should have been... he should have been upgraded to an administrator after getting the freaking throne, right? But it seems like that's not the case. What am I gonna do? I don't want to see them die like that. I've been fighting with them the whole time. I can't let them sacrifice themselves like that. It would be such a waste.
Oh, well, hey there. Looks like you had yourselves another busy day.
Oh, hey, Tico. Would you like to give us an overview of the day?
I made a little summary about all the cool stuff you got up to today. Well, want to hear it?
Yes, of course.
Alrighty, let's give this a go. First off, you got a checkup from Otome last night, so you woke up in the infirmary. After you had a stretch and brushed your teeth, you discovered that Mako escaped from Gyps. It turns out she didn't discover anything about what Miyako Hotsuin was plotting, but at least she got out safe. Phew. Then you guys went to the Sky Tower to save His Excellency. Along the way, you beat the snot out of some pesky Gyps agents guarding the terminal. You snuck into the underground facility all stealth-like and talked with His Excellency. That's when, spoiler, you found out that Yami has been in the Akasha Stratum this whole time. I didn't see that twist coming. Now, to make this all sorts of complicated, His Excellency was being held captive by the Dragon Stream, so you'd need Yami to break him out. Except there was no way to get to the Akasha Stratum. So, there was no way to get Yami. We were all trying to figure out how to get up to that giant space library, when out of nowhere, bam! Arcturus o'clock! You put up a good fight against Arcturus. Full points for trying, but in the end, there was no way you could topple it. What's with that cheap ability? It's cheating, I say. 100% not fair. So don't get down, sweetie. It's not your fault.
I know, right? No humans were able to attack it, no demons were able to attack it, only the Dragon Stream and Sai, which we both didn't have during that time.
So you guys were gonna run, and at that very moment, Miyako Hotsuin showed up to lend a hand. Finally! But then again, it was probably only because she needed you guys alive for her vague, mysterious plan to work, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, when you guys were holding the line against Arcturus, your friends got more of their memories back. That's when you realized that this was actually the third world. There was a whole second world before this. It turns out you guys, well, most of you, already fought the Triangulum in the second world. That's really sad, though. It would have been nice for you guys to have had a little peace and not remembered all that bad stuff. It's not right, and it's not fair that things had to happen like this. Tico is near tears over here. On top of that, your friends figured out why you're the only one who didn't have that dream. It's because, well, you didn't exist in that world. It makes so much sense now, right? Right? After that whole big fight, the void started spreading really, really fast because of Arcturus. It was all, super not cool. So you guys were all like, Sai, fine, I guess we need Yami's help to beat Arcturus. Because it turned out, in the second world, it was Yami and His Excellency who took Arcturus down for the count. So Fumi happened to stumble on a terminal that Gyps was trying to keep hush-hush this whole time. And behold, it was a terminal that could send you flying all the way through space to the Akasha Stratum. As soon as you got that news, dun dun dun! Disaster struck, and you got a death video of Yami. So you guys were all like, no, Yami, we have to save him. So then you went to the Akasha Stratum, which is where you learned why Yami was up there the whole time instead of down here, helping. I guess the Triangulum were trying to destroy your data in the Akashic record, and Yami stayed behind to salvage and restore your data. See, it's all confusing because remember how you totally didn't exist in that super bleak second world? It's thanks to Yami fixing up your data that you were resurrected in this one. Of course, it wasn't all hugs and high fives. You found out that if Yami stopped restoring your data, you might maybe disappear. Which is why he was all like, I have no intention of returning to the material plane. But then you were all like, please, and he was like,
Sigh, I suppose I consent.
What the hell?
you promised him that you'd totally demolish Arcturus before you disappeared. Yami was all swooned by your charm and your suaveness and your cuteness, and he decided to come back with you. So you and Yami formed the super epic team of Arcturus smashing. And you guys smashed Arcturus. And that slowed the spread of the void, which is awesome. But it didn't stop it, which is less awesome. And Miyako Hotsuin said it was because the astrolabe was shut off. Then, at night, Miyako Hotsuin called and she finally told you about her big plan for totally saving the world and stuff. It kind of sort of involves sacrificing the Triangulum, herself, and all 13 of you, so yeah.
Not really the bestest of plans, right?
But doing all that would totally make His Excellency the rightful administrator. According to Miyako Hotsuin, her big plan for totally saving the world and stuff is the only plan for totally saving the world and stuff. But to make that work, she wants you all to sacrifice yourselves. She ended the transmission after saying she'd give you until tomorrow to make a decision. But, you know, when you think about it, can we really trust what that woman says? Is Miyako Hotsuin's plan really the only way to fix the world? Oh well, I got no clue. Well, that about wraps up today's big events. Okay, have a nice week!
Friday. The day of wrath dawns. Now do the children of men tremble.
Are you awake?
Oh, pervert!
What? I never even set foot inside your room.
But it's our routine, Makoto. Makoto sounds flustered. What is it?
Oh, right. Well, once you're up and dressed, come to the command room. Chief Yamato called a meeting.
Yeah, of course.
I get the feeling we've had this conversation before.
Multiple times. Makoto smiles wearily and walks away. How am I able to tell that? She's outside of my room. But oh well. Let's head over to the command room. Command center. You finish getting ready before leaving your room. So, are we talking about the decision? You discover that everyone else has already gathered in the command room.
Good morning. Did you sleep all right?
Yeah, it was decent. I don't think my character slept at all. Yeah, not at all.
Yeah, me too. I kept thinking about what Miss Miyako said.
We're all here. Now that you've all had a chance to sleep on it, have we made up our mind?
About the plan?
Yes. It is time to decide our course of action.
Well, I've been giving it a lot of thought, and even if it will save the world, I just don't know about giving up our lives, you know?
Then, should we refuse? We have no guarantees that Miyako Hotsuin is telling us the truth. And besides, we can't be sure that her plan is really the only way to save the world.
True. There has to be another option as well.
You're right. But do we have another plan? Well, wait. We shouldn't do as Miss Miyako asks just because we don't have another option prepared. There has to be a better way.
Huh. Looks like we're getting a call from Chief Miyako.
Oh no, she's so early. It's not even
Good
8.
morning. I have given you a night to consider my proposal. Have you come to a decision?
What are we gonna do? You're not gonna tell her we'll sacrifice ourselves, are you? We fought the administrators and gone through so much. We can't just give up now.
I think we should consider how much we truly trust this woman. We've overcome very difficult odds up to this point. Are we sure we won't be able to overcome the scenario she's trying to convince us of? The answer should be clear to us all.
Now, tell me your answer.
Wait. I can actually say we're going to sacrifice ourselves. Or we're trying to find another solution. Is that a choice towards another ending? Is that a choice? Oh, I need to save the save file then, huh? Well, I'm going to find another solution. Sorry, Miyako. I don't want to die yet.
Yeah, we can find a way where no one has to die.
Where no one has to die. If only there truly was such a path.
We will find a way, no matter what. And that includes you too, Miss Miyako.
We'll find a solution where no one has to be sacrificed.
Exactly.
You're all so strange. After all I've done, you're still worried about my well-being. Yet I must say this. There is no solution. The world cannot be saved without sacrifice.
You give in way too easily. There's always another answer.
If so, then what other way is there?
Well... oh god, I can fall back to the... we will activate the astrolab somehow else.
Of course. And my plan is the only way we can accomplish that.
There has to be another way to activate it.
That's not true. We'll find another way to activate it. No one has to die.
If we can make it work, we can stop the void, and the damaged world will be healed. We did the same thing when we fought Polaris.
That may be true. But what means do you have of activating the astrolabe? It's completely shut down. All functions are inaccessible. It will only reactivate when a true administrator sits upon the heavenly throne, which is why there is no other option. Only my plan will work. Even if you were to somehow reactivate the astrolabe, another problem yet remains.
That would be what?
And what's that?
The administrators, Arcturus and Polaris, aren't the only ones in existence. Uri, Alferk, Alderamin. There are a multitude of stars with the potential to become an administrator. Unless a true administrator is created, the others will continue to lay siege to mankind.
I say let them come. Who cares how many show up? Bash in their creepy faces every time.
That would be an eternal struggle. Moreover, do you expect you would be victorious every time? You wouldn't be the only ones to suffer. Civilians too would be caught in harm's way. Do you wish for all humanity to be caught up in this conflict? This never-ending battle?
That's...
A never-ending battle.
I will ask once more. Please, cooperate with me. Concede to my plan.
No. No, I cannot do that. No.
So that is your answer.
He's right. We will find a way where everybody can live.
Yeah. Miyako, you may have already given up, but I promise we will find a better way.
We just have to keep thinking, keep searching.
I see. Negotiations have broken down. I suppose I have no choice but to force you to comply with my plan.
Force us? Miyako ends to... Oh no! I think she's going to hunt us down now. Oh, Daichi, we need to run.
Damn. I guess we really are Miyako-chan's enemies now.
Well, we have to be careful about the dragon stream now.
Right. Last time she trapped us with that power, there was no way to fight back.
Then we need to find a way of countering her use of the dragon stream. My power with it is weaker than before, but with the right ritual, I should become a match for her.
A ritual? What do you mean?
We need to go to Mount Fuji. I've been looking into it, and the facility which controls the dragon stream is in the mouth of the mountain in this world as well. If I perform the ritual there, I'll fully regain my power over the dragon stream.
Roger that. I'll start hacking the GIP's database and see if I can find the terminal code for Mount Fuji.
I'm counting on you, Kana. How long will it take?
They've likely increased their security over there. It may take a while.
In that case, get to work. We'll depart from Mount Fuji as soon as you have obtained the code. Everyone else, make the necessary preparations for the coming battle. And
Roger
let's
that.
continue searching for a way to save the world.
Everyone leaves the area. Oh yeah! I picked a fight with Miyako. This is going to be interesting. So are we able to head over to the Mount Fuji right away? Not really. I can talk with the about the astrolab. And no other special events. Okay, then how about we're going to talk about it right away. You see Ivy and Hinako walking down the corridor.
Oh hey, great timing. I wanted to ask Yamato more about this whole administrative authority thing that came up yesterday.
Alright, I almost forgot about that.
Wanna tag along?
Yeah, of course.
Hey, good idea. You are Yamato's favorite after all. I'm sure if you're there, he'll open up a lot more.
Well then, I go with you.
Alright, well, let's get a move on.
You head over to the command center with Ivy and Hinako. So what is that authority?
Yes? What is it?
Miyako mentioned it too, but we don't really have a feasible plan to save the world right now. The only way we can stop the void and heal the damage done to the world is by regressing it. Of course, even if we do that, another administrator will just show up and try to destroy humanity again. But we're not going to get anywhere at all unless we regress the world. And the only way to do that, it seems, is by using the astrolabe.
Yeah. And me and Hina were thinking, using that thing has something to do with that administrative authority, right? It came up when you were talking to Miyako.
That's right. The point is, we're not really too clear on what it is. It's because we possess this authority thing. That's why Miyako wants us to sacrifice ourselves to reactivate the astrolabe, right?
Correct. Administrative authority is required to use the astrolabe. It is something held by all rightful administrators. We hold the authority within us all, which is why Miyako's plan requires all 13 of us. Combined, we could pass that along to Alcor, so he could reactivate the astrolabe. A true administrator requires not just the swords, but the authority as well. Anything else?
So, why do we even have that?
Alcor divided up Polaris' authority and stored it within us.
And why did he do that?
Therefore, Alcor does not hold administrative authority. It is divided among the 13 of us.
Yeah, okay, but why did he give us that?
It would be complicated if he held onto the authority himself. Since he is a sword, he is bound by the laws of the administrators.
Laws?
He would have to transfer his authority if another administrator appeared. The moment Arcturus arrived, Alcor would have had to surrender his authority. That would have left Arcturus free to use the astrolabe. Humanity would have been erased easily.
Oh, so he wanted to avoid that outcome, and that is why he gave us the authority.
But Arcturus didn't possess administrative authority, so he couldn't use it. Unlike administrators and swords, we humans are not part of the control system of the Akashic Record. That is why Arcturus did not automatically obtain administrative authority. Alcor did this as a safeguard against Uri, who was supposed to be the next administrator. We would be in a much more dire situation if it weren't for Alcor's foresight.
So that's what happened. But if Psyduke is the one who gave us his authority, why can't we just give it back to him instead of having to sacrifice ourselves?
In order to return the administrative authority, we require the use of the astrolabe.
Ah, and since the astrolabe is currently offline, we can't do that.
In fact, Alcor used the astrolabe to grant it to us the first time.
Oh, I see. Since we can't use the astrolabe right now, we can't return the authority to Alcor in a normal way, which is why we'd have to sacrifice ourselves for Miyako's plan.
Correct.
That must be why she was so willing to offer her help in bringing all of us together again.
Judging from what you've told me of her, that was most likely her purpose. She may have been spreading Nicaea to increase the odds of you regaining your memories, thus making it easier to discover us.
So that's what happened. We have the administrative authority now. Does that mean if the astrolabe were still operational, we could have done almost anything?
No, I don't think it works like that.
Correct. Even I was only able to use it to restore data.
So, how do we make full use of the astrolabe? I mean, we gotta use it at some point to fix the world, right?
There are 3 requirements. First, we require the administrative authority in full, which means all 13 of us must be together. Second, we need a non-human to control the astrolabe, such as Alcor.
Okay, we have that.
Finally, we need to reactivate it.
So all we really need to do is to reactivate the thing. But only 3 administrators able to activate it. How do we get that?
Once we've done all these things, we can make full use of the astrolabe.
So we need to find solutions for 2 and 3, huh? Psyduke's been captured by Miyako, and we don't know how to reactivate the astrolabe.
That is correct. And in order to take back Alcor, we have no choice but to fight Miyako Hotsui. She may also know more about why the astrolabe has shut down.
Basically, to get Psyduke back, we have no choice but to challenge Miyako. Then we'll need to find out what else she knows about the astrolabe. That's all, right?
Precisely. But I need to recover my command over the Dragon Stream to stand a chance against her. Once Kano finds the code, we'll head to Mount Fuji. Begin making your preparations.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, We'll go tell everyone else about the administrative authority, just so they're aware too. It may help us come up with a way to save the world.
Guess we'll head back then.
Ivy and Hinako leave the command room.
Halt. I must speak with you about the astrolabe.
Oh, do you have some secret informations only I'm supposed to know?
It's in our best interest if you know what functions it is capable of. It may grant us more options in the future.
Okay, sure. Sure. Wait, can we put it off for later? I'm getting a headache. That's not really what I want to say. I guess I'm getting a headache.
I understand. It's a lot to take in at once, and you need time to organize all your thoughts. If you are still interested in hearing what I have to say, come speak with me later on.
We leave the command room, and Yamato behind. Okay, I need to talk to Yamato right this second. I need to know that.
Hey, it's me. I found the code to get us to Mount Fuji, so we're going to head out real soon. The chief wants us to meet up at the Public Science Museum's planetarium.
Sure. But why?
Oh, well, like I told Chief Yamato, a bunch of GIPS agents just arrived here using the special train.
Oh.
He decided it would be safer to meet at the planetarium instead. Well, I already called everyone else, so don't be late.
Well, I guess we did pick a fight with Miyako, and now she's going to hunt us down with her GIPS agent and herself. Great. Well, she's also on a deadline, right? So, the ship strikes. But I could also spend some time with Yamato. Wait, where is he? There. World's creation. Have to spend a lot of time with Yamato. You find Yamato in the command room.
I've been waiting for you. I want to explain to you the specific possibilities of the astrolabe. You are our leader, the one who carries the world's fate upon his shoulders. It is up to you to understand the astrolabe's power and build the best future for humanity. In order to do so, I wish to help as much as I can.
So, I guess we're going to have some fun, right?
We don't have time for fun and games. Let's move on, shall we?
Yeah, okay. I'll be counting on you.
Well
so,
then,
what do you want to tell us?
I will now answer any questions you have about the astrolabe.
So, what can it do?
There is no short answer. I will begin by explaining what can be done with the astrolabe's power. If someone were to tap its full potential, the possibilities would be nearly infinite. You could regress the world, modify it, or even recreate it. First, world regression, which is the act of returning the world to a past state. You can use the data on the past, stored in the Akashic record, to overwrite the current world. You're familiar with this, I presume, as it's what we had Alcor do after we defeated Polaris. Second, world modification. The astrolabe can rewrite the psyche of all life in the world and alter the social conscience.
I guess that is what we did during the other endings, Yamato and Ronaldo's ending.
When I proposed to change the previous world into a meritocracy, this is how I would have accomplished it. Finally, world creation. A far more sweeping change. This is what Alcor planned on doing after slaying Polaris.
And that was my ending, that I wanted to create.
Choosing this option will create an entirely new and separate world.
So, could we make any world we want?
No. I'm afraid it's not that simple. It can only create a world with no memory of the past, no history. A primeval world. In other words, humans will start over, from the very beginning of mankind's history.
Well, sounds like fun. I mean, I was totally for that ending.
You truly feel no fear, do you? However, a world with no history and no civilization is a difficult one to survive in. However, it does have its merits. Alcor said that a new world would be free of the Akashic Record's influence. There would be no administrator ruling over it, no Arcturus or Polaris, no invasions or attacks. Miyako said that without a rightful administrator, other administrators will continue to attack mankind. Yet, in a brand new world, there will be no such danger.
Wait a second. Is he implying that he wants to get my ending now? The ending where I created a new world? Is he literally implying this? So, there's a silver lining here, huh?
Precisely. The world will not always work conveniently in our favor. Even if we are able to rid the world of the administrators, surviving in a primeval world will be extremely difficult. That is why I did not allow Alcor the option of world creation. In order to restore the damage inflicted by the invaders in the Void, world regression would be the best option. But whichever route you choose for us, the astrolabe must be used correctly. And for that, you will need to fully understand the nature of the administrative authority as well. We can discuss this another time, though. You have much to consider already. Come find me when you want to talk.
Yamato walks away. Well, I guess it might be hard for them to survive in that world. I mean, I only see the ending, right? It's not like I really experience what happened afterward. But when I first saw it, I found it kinda nice. Starting over again, exploring new worlds, even though I didn't get the chance to do so. And Yamato's already back. So how about we're talking more about it? You find Yamato in order to continue your earlier conversation.
Good, you're here. We should continue where we left off last time, yes? Let's discuss the administrative authority. It is a concept you will need to understand, so if you have questions, please ask.
Sure. So, what happens if we die?
You're curious what would happen to the authority if we die. Is that correct?
Exactly.
If Arcturus had managed to kill all of us, myself included, then it would have absorbed the full administrative authority. However, now that Arcturus has been defeated, if we were all to fall somehow, the authority would pass to the next administrator in line, Uri. I presume this is why Miyako wanted to keep us alive. If we fell in combat, the authority would skip Alcor entirely and transfer to Uri instead. Her plans to make Alcor a true administrator would never come to fruition. In fact, if we die, the administrative authority would be lost to mankind forever.
Oh! Well, that's not good.
Indeed. Human lives are frail things. Old age, sickness, accidents. It doesn't need to be the heat of battle that claims us. If one of us were to fall, however, all hope would not be lost per se. If we could use the astrolabe, it would be possible to collect the administrative authority from our allies before their death. As long as there was a way to collect it, Alcor could transfer that authority to another he deemed worthy. Of course, with the astrolabe shut down, we have no way of recovering or transferring authority. So it is imperative none of us take a mortal wound in battle. If everything had gone to plan, Alcor would have continued passing down the authority from one human to the next. That was his plan, at least. He had hoped to see the true extent of human potential.
Human potential, huh?
I didn't pick up on this until Alcor transferred administrative authority to us, but it appears the authority grants another power to those who wield it. The power to read the human psyche and influence the world with it. Since we have the administrative authority, our will is being reflected upon this world.
Does it mean we are influencing the world?
It's slight, but it's there. The world is slowly changing to match our wishes. Those changes to the world and our influence upon it is what Alcor meant when speaking of human potential.
Is that also the reason why there were so many changes in our world already? Like the fact that Irie and Hinako became an idol band? And that Io was a childhood friend of us? Is that one of the changes? Huh. Well, we can take on that challenge.
I tell you that the weight of the world rests squarely on your shoulders, and you aren't intimidated in the slightest. We can steer the world down a path of good or evil. We can cause it to flourish or fall. Knowing the nature of the administrative authority will surely be of use to you. World creation, world regression, or perhaps another path entirely. If you and I think this through, together, we can discover the best possible path for humanity. That is all I have to say for now, but I hope I've given you something to think about.
So basically there are three ways I can do this. Word regression, modification, new worlds. Pretty much like in the other route, where I had the option between two ways to modify the world, the new world and the regression. right? Yamato strides out of the room, a serious look on his face. What to do? What to do? Is he back? Can I talk one more time with him? I don't see him. Great. Okay, you know what? Since battles usually take at least 10 minutes, I mean, Chip Strike, it's just chips. It shouldn't take that long. But if I start a fight and the cutscene afterwards is a bit longer, you never know, Miyako could show up. Miyako is hunting us, right? Every mission could become an escape mission. Seriously, maybe she's like Baldur, suddenly appearing during random battles just to psych us out so that we have to escape. It could happen. I mean, we didn't have a mission like that yet. And Black Frost was back as well, with his magical punishment. They could add such an Easter egg, right? They could do it. Anyways, I'm going to make a cut right here. In the next part, we're going to take care of the Chip Strikers, who are actually going to attack us in the planetarium. How comes they always find us so quickly? Oh well, hopefully in the next part we are also able to go back to Mount Fuji, power up our Yamato, so that we have something against the Dragon Stream, if the worst case scenario really happens. Anyways, until next time, bye bye!